Morning, people. Afternoon, people. Evening, people. Hello, people. People. What's up, everybody? I know it's an odd time slot on a Thursday, and we don't normally, but get used to it. That's what we're trying to do is to go daily. Trying to. We'll
Yes.
see how it keeps up. Um, we're going to be tackling the Twitter hearing, everybody. Um, those of you now coming in the front door, back door, side door, here is the link to the YouTube channel. If you have not done so, please go over there and sign up for the YouTube subscribership so we can get over that 1K mark. The goal is 1K. The goal. 1K. We are 550 now, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, five. I think we're higher than that. 570. Or
I
something like
checked
that.
five this morning, it was 552, and we are now 569. Yep.
Yep.
So we're climbing. We're climbing. The goal is hopefully a K by next weekend. That's that's a high and lofty goal, but you got to set your goals high so that you got something to aim for.
And we can get there with your help. So
Yeah.
we can get there with you
Um,
guys.
with Elon Musk dumping the Twitter files some months ago, it quickly got put under the rug, and he's destroying democracy and all that nonsense is what they said about Elon Musk. I'm not sold on Elon Musk, but if somebody drops something that's informational, I'm gonna use it. And if you're gonna tell me all the stuff that Twitter's doing, sign me up. So
Yep.
the GOP opened up a investigation into the atrocities of Twitter. And of course, the lefties are going mad over it and saying, oh, they ain't got nothing. And, Trump tried to shut the Twitter people down too when they called him names. And they managed to find one episode where he called out Chrissy Teigen, the pedophile.
Yep.
Chrissy Teigen, the pedophile, wanting to sleep with children. That Chrissy Teigen and her perverted, nasty, disgusting, stinking husband, John Legend, who also is a stinking, dirty, nasty pedophile. I just want to make sure people understand what I think of those two people. How they have kids and are allowed to keep kids is beyond me.
Exactly.
They're probably touching on them too, for all I know. Poor children. So she called President Trump at the time some terms, and they say there's no record of it. Okay, they said that hey, Trump wanted us to take that down. All hearsay. Meanwhile, we have actual Twitter files where they literally did the same thing. Biden actually sent emails, and we have actual emails of them requesting Twitter takedown information. So they're trying to have this gotcha moment where Trump did it too, so it's okay kind of thing, but they can't prove that Trump actually did it. So the hearing that's happening right now is pretty spectacular. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty spectacular. And we have a couple of clips from that hearing because mainstream media isn't apparently wanting to cover it. I'm not sure why. Why would they not want to cover that? Let me think.
Because they're
Oh, they're
hiding
in on it.
something.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're
in on
in.
it.
Yeah, they're all in on it.
That's what it was. I
Yeah.
couldn't place it.
Yeah.
I knew it was
They
something,
know
but
what's up.
yeah, I just didn't know what it was. I was concerned. So let's see if this will play. Mr. Higgins here. If you haven't heard of Mr. Higgins, you probably want to. He's one of those that he does a good job. He
Speaks
does
a
a good
lot
job.
of truth.
Yeah, he does a good job. He will let people have it left, right, up, and down, man. He don't care. So listen up.
Um, Bottom line is that the FBI had the Biden crime family laptop for a year. They knew it was leaking. They knew it would hurt the Biden campaign. So the FBI used its relationship with Twitter to suppress criminal evidence being revealed about Joe Biden 1 month before the 2020 elections. You, ladies and gentlemen, interfered with the United States of America 2020 presidential election, knowingly and willingly. That's the bad news. It's going to get worse because this is the investigation part. Later comes the arrest part. Your attorneys are familiar with that. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to spend 5 hours with these ladies and gentlemen doing depositions surely yet to come. But for right now, I'll yield the balance of my time to my colleague, Mr. Jordan.
Mm. Don't hand it off to Jordan. Jordan's really going to eat him alive, too. Oh, my God. That's gonna come later.
It'll come later.
You let them know, like, it's coming.
He
And you
said
saw the
later.
dude, the little weasel looking dude,
Mm-hmm.
the little young guy. He looked scared as hell. Did you
Oh,
see his
he is.
face?
He's one of that's Yoel Roth, I think is his name.
He was terrified.
Yoel Roth or some nonsense. He was one of the top execs that did the whole suppression thing. He gets roasted here in a minute by another one of our good ones. When asked about the other things that they suppress, because it's not just election stuff, it's also other things like
that thing.
the thing. So we can't say it, but we surely can show you what they say. Okay, so here is another one here. Y'all ready? Miss Mace. She about to smack him in the face with a mace. Yeah. She gonna use a mace to the face.
And make sure you guys like, subscribe, share.
May I ask of you, where did you go to medical school?
I did not go to medical school.
I'm sorry.
I did not go to medical school.
That's what I thought. Why do you think you or anyone else at Twitter have the medical expertise to censor a doctor's expert opinion?
Our policies regarding COVID were designed to protect individuals. We were seeing
You guys censored Harvard-educated doctors, Stanford-educated doctors, doctors that are educated in the best places in the world, and you silenced those voices. My next question is, did the U.S. government, I have another chart I want to show you, Ms. Gaddy. I have another tweet by someone with a following of a full 18,000 followers. This person put a chart from the CDC on Twitter. It's the CDC's own data, so it's accurate by your standards. And you all labeled this as misleading. You're not a doctor, right, Ms. Gaddy?
No, I'm not.
Okay. What makes you think you or anyone else at Twitter have the medical expertise to censor actual, accurate CDC data?
I'm not familiar with these particular situations.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not. But this is what Twitter did. They labeled this as inaccurate. It is the government's own data. It's ridiculous that we're even having to have this conversation today. It's not just about the laptop. This is about medical advice that expert doctors were trying to give Americans because social media companies like Twitter were silencing their voice. Another question, Ms. Gaddy. Did the U.S. government ever contact you or anyone at Twitter to pressure Twitter to moderate or censor certain tweets? Yes or no?
We have a program.
Did the U.S. government ever contact you or anyone at Twitter to censor or moderate certain tweets? Yes or no?
We receive legal demands to remove content from the platform from the U.S. government and governments all around the world. Those are published on a third-party website, and anyone can review
Thank
them.
God for Matt Taibbi. Thank God for Elon Musk for allowing to show us in the world that Twitter was basically a subsidiary of the FBI, censoring real medical voices with real expertise that put real Americans' lives in danger because they didn't have that information. I also want to thank one of my colleagues, Rokana, because as it turns out, censorship isn't just an important issue to conservatives. Some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, like Ro, found this censorship very concerning, and even wrote to you and to folks at Twitter that he was concerned about the First Amendment being censored. So I want to thank him for speaking up and speaking out about this issue, because this should not be a partisan issue. This should be an issue that's an American issue. Mr. Chairman, I would like to enter into the record, I ask unanimous consent, to enter into the record a Wall Street Journal article from December 9th, 2022 by Justin Hart entitled "The Twitter Blacklisting of Jay Bhattacharya."
Are you a doctor? No. But you can censor folks. Yeah, I mean, who can't? We do it all the time. Now, the actor wearing a black robe. What? I'm confused, Nettie. What staged? What exactly is staged?
The actor wearing a black robe.
What staged? I'm looking to find out what you're talking about.
The actor wearing a black robe. If Fauci did not pay for gain of function research, we would not have been in COVID. Yeah, that's true.
That's true. If you didn't have dog, your brains be eaten. You do not believe anything at all. Like you don't believe anything. That's on TV. Oh, okay. This isn't TV though. This is stuff I've looked up. I found the files. And I know the files. I've been through my own censorship on
Dolores.
Twitter. You know, we have been I've been through my own censorship on Twitter. I know exactly what they're talking about, and it's factual. You could post something directly to Twitter that's from stuff that they put out, and they will knock you off of the platform for posting it.
And that's exactly right. That is crazy, right?
I know it firsthand. This ain't even about what you believe. Yeah, you don't have, no one else has to believe it. I was banned from Twitter before. I know exactly how it works.
Oh yeah, this is my second Twitter account. And you got to understand, man, like look at all these social media companies, right? I can post something directly from CNN, directly, post it on my Facebook, and it gets a ban. Wait a minute. I thought you guys, check this stuff. This is directly from what CNN said. It's because they don't like it, and it goes against what they want to push. They're going to automatically ban you. And I mean, Twitter's a little better now, thank God. And I think TikTok's getting a little better too. Something's changed with TikTok. I don't know.
No, they still block it. Now they blocked this advertisement for this show today. They blocked that.
Oh, they didn't block mine.
Yeah, they blocked mine. They trade out.
What did you put? Did you put conservative in it?
No, I just put the title and the picture.
Did you hashtag conservative?
I just tagged you. That's it.
Oh, they didn't block mine.
So Twitter was found to have colluded with the U.S. government, namely the FBI, to suppress a certain informational piece of evidence to do with the laptop of Hunter Biden during the 2020 election cycle. They started in 2019, really, but 2020 was when it really popped off, and the laptop became really big news, and it was all over the place. People from China, there was a group out of China that dropped all the info on the laptop. There was a group out of Ukraine that dropped stuff off the laptop. There was a group out of Russia that dropped stuff off the laptop, and they flooded the market with it. And as anyone was found with that info, they got snipped. Okay, they got removed like quick, fast, and in a hurry. You got deleted. Come to find out that when the Washington Post dropped the information that it was indeed the FBI that possessed the laptop, that story was nixed on Twitter as Russian disinformation. So with the tag of Russian disinformation, if you were to retweet that, your account got banned. And in some cases, perma-banned, IP banned. So you couldn't even have a Twitter account on any device that was out of your IP address. So when that came to light, the GOP and a lot of people were saying that they were trying to get Biden elected by suppressing the information that his son and himself were pedophiles. The laptop had quite a few heinous videos on there, namely with Hunter sleeping with young girls. One of them, his niece. One with Mr. Biden himself naked on screen with another prostitute. It's on there. It's on there. So they covered all that up in order for him to have a smooth ride through the 2020 election cycle.
That's right.
So now we're having hearings upon hearings. They also suppressed the information on his dealings with his son's money with Ukraine and Burisma. So it was a whole bunch of stuff that was out there that got, if you were on the first wave of it, you got all that information. If you came after that point, after the censorship, you never saw it.
And the funny thing is that a lot of these people still won't believe it.
Yeah.
They still won't. I mean, it's right there in front of them. They can make up something about Donald Trump getting urinated on in a hotel room, and they'll run with that all day. Oh, that's so true. But the minute you try to put out something about this guy, and there's facts, and there's truth, and there's papers, and there's videos, and there's pictures, no.
That didn't happen.
No, we don't believe that.
Russia did that.
Yeah, that's Russia disinformation. Come
Russia
on,
did
man.
that. So that's why they're having this hearing. And of course, now that they're having all the info come out, the left-wing media, again, is doing what it does, which is take one or two snippets of it that they thought they can get a win on and blast it across it, so you will not look for the info about the case. Yep. You won't want to go listen because you think it's another Donald Trump going to lose this one again kind of thing. Now, this is not even about Donald Trump. This is about keeping information, vital information, from people that they need to know. Like, are you putting a pedophile in the White House? And are you putting a pedophile and his pedophilic son in the White House, who's also a crackhead? Are we putting people in the White House who have ties to the Chinese government and will sell America out to the Chinese? We need to kind of know that.
Oh, yeah, and why would you put somebody like that in the White House? To protect yourself and your assets and your people and your friends. So, I mean, there was a big reason why Jack Dorsey freaking sold Twitter off, because he knew his time was up. He knew. He freaking knew. He was like, man, I'm going to just sell it and just get the hell up out of here. So here is Byron, that black dude. You know that black conservative congressman now? Yeah, I like him.
This is him.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Real quick, Mr. Roth, you've stated already that what happened with the Post story was similar to the hack and leak scenarios from 2016. You also said that you actually were opposed to deleting the New York Post story. Who advocated for the removal of the New York Post story?
The company's decision to treat it as a violation.
Mr. Roth, who at the company actually went over your recommendation? Because who overrode you?
The decision was communicated to me by my direct supervisor.
Who was that person?
Her name was Del Harvey. She was the vice president of
how easy it is to answer a question.
All right, thank you so much. Ms. Gaddy, real quick, you said to the chairman earlier, and I want to paraphrase what I heard earlier, is that Twitter had no contact with anybody from the Biden team. Is that correct, to your knowledge?
Not to my knowledge.
Put that up for me. Okay, over my right shoulder, we have an email. Reference, this is Saturday, October 24th, 5:39 p.m., referencing 5 different tweets. This is with a Twitter email chain. Under the line, it's more to review from the Biden team. Does anybody have a comment on how much interaction was happening with the Biden team at Twitter with respect to tweets that they wanted Twitter to review? Ms. Gaddy, Mr. Roth?
I'm not familiar with this email.
So you're not familiar with this email, Mr. Roth? Are you familiar with this email?
Only from what's been reported in the Twitter files.
Did you ever have contact with anybody from the Biden team?
No, sir, I did not. No. We explicitly separated the teams that would interact with campaigns from teams like mine that were responsible for content moderation.
How big was the organization in Twitter that was actually working with campaigns?
I couldn't say for sure.
Did you ever have any contact with the DNC?
Directly? No, I did not.
Did anybody at Twitter have any contact with anybody at the DNC?
I think it's likely that somebody at Twitter did, yes.
In these emails, it's listed these are tweets that had to be flagged from the Biden team. That's what's in the files. You have no idea how many people actually engaged with the Twitter team, or how frequently that engagement happened.
No, and again, that was by design. We kept those functions separate from content moderation so that we could impartially assess reports like this.
Do you know how many tweets were actually flagged and taken down at the behest of the Biden team?
I wouldn't agree with the characterization of it as being at the behest of them. These tweets were reported, and Twitter independently evaluated them under its rules.
But the email is very clear. More to review from Biden team. The response hours later at the bottom. Hold this up real quick so we can see. So at the bottom it says handled these. What does handled these mean?
My understanding is that these tweets contained non-sensual nude photos of Biden, and they were removed under.
Hold on, real quick, Mr. Roth. How could you know so much about the content of these tweets? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, these are just web addresses. I don't know what's in these tweets. You have these things committed to memory that you know the content, but you don't know who you talk to at the Biden team?
Hold on. Did he just get caught?
He got caught.
Did he just get caught?
Now look at his face when he gets caught.
I didn't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it, but I know what the content of those tweets were.
You see that one piece of drip sweat just just coming
You
down
just
his
got
face.
caught.
Look at his face when he gets caught. Oh my God. That's
Bro
hilarious.
he just got found out. Yo, he just got found out.
Byron got his ass.
That is epic. He just got caught. He just got caught.
Sir, I didn't meet with the Biden team, but there was extensive public reporting about these tweets
Oh, come on.
specifically that uncovered what they were.
You know the contents of the tweets. It was obviously at Twitter, but you have no idea how often people who worked in your organization had with the Biden team during the end of the 2020 presidential elections.
I would emphasize that the people who interfaced with the campaigns were not part of my team or organization. I would know what the interactions were on my team. It was a different part of the organization, not mine.
Let me ask you a separate question, and I'll ask it of you too, Mr. Baker. Have you guys been able to quantify the amount of in-kind contributions associated with taking down the New York Post story? Because the New York Post story was down for 2 weeks, give or take. Do you have any understanding of how much that story was limited by Twitter and also by other social media companies? What the impact of an in-kind contribution that would be to the Joe Biden presidential election in 2020?
I don't know the answer to that question, sir.
Do you think it's big?
I don't know the answer.
Do you think it's more than a maximum contribution to a campaign?
I wouldn't want to speculate.
Would you call it 25,000?
I don't know the answer to that question.
100,000?
Sir, I don't know the answer to the question.
$1 million?
I don't know the answer to the question.
Do you think Twitter would be in violation of federal election laws with the size of an in-kind contribution to take down a story, which is true, by the way?
Watch the hands. You see? She can ask me something big. I can't.
Oh yeah, he's nervous. His lawyers are sitting back there like,
thought you knew something with limited information.
His lawyers are back there like, this uppity Negro right here over here asking us questions. You know, no, he's right. Answer the question. He's right. Y'all looking real nervous right now. Real nervous.
You ready for this? Okay. Lobbying spent almost 1,700,000 in funds to try and get Twitter files and Twitter information removed on behalf of the Democrat Party. In 2022, 1.3 million. Individual donations on behalf, Twitter giving. This is on Twitter's end giving. Raphael Warnock, 21,000. Connor Rowe or Roe Connor, 18. The Democrat Party of Wisconsin, 16K. Mandela Barnes, 12K. Sherry Beasley, 11K. Charles Booker, 9K. So they gave funds in terms of, as you can see, I would think to purchase power and influence to the Democrat Party.
Oh yeah. Why would they put all that money in and try to get rid of it if they didn't have nothing to hide? You know what I mean? Right. It was all to influence the election. We knew this. We all knew this already. We called this in 2020. We called it. But everybody thought we were crazy. Oh, you guys are just talking crap. You won't accept the election. No, the election, no. They were using a lot of platforms to kind of stifle Trump's voice. And then the actual, whatever happened during the election happened. But social media played a big part in this. A huge part.
Yeah, massive. Massive. Let's look at it this way. You have an entity that is a platform for millions of people to put their thoughts, their belief, what they know, what they don't know on the platform. You consider yourself a platform, not a publisher.
Yep.
Vital. If you are a publisher, then you get to relegate rights and wrongs and facts and misfacts. If you're just a platform, people are free to post as they will there, unless it goes against actual laws about inciting violence.
Yep.
Okay? This is why they have that law. What was it called again? The that they were trying to pull back from Twitter.
The law.
Yeah, there's a loophole that they use that keeps them from liability. I forget the name of it now for some reason. Anyway, it'll come to me. Which tells them that you can't hold them because all they are is a platform. But once they start to mess with you by pulling stuff down, then they've changed ranks and that law no longer covers them. But for some reason, they've been immune from lawsuits. They've been immune from being called out, and no one's been able to take them to court to win. Because why? Because we now see that the government has been on their side. High-ranking presidential type people have been on their side where they tell them what to do and they keep those files secretive. Yeah, the 230. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, 230 provides immunity from civil liabilities for information services provided that remove or restrict content from their services they deem obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, lascivious, filthy, excessively violent, harassing, and or otherwise objectionable, whether or not such material is constitutionally protected.
Okay, so mind you, they still have pornographic stuff on Twitter. Lascivious and lewd, and okay, it's still on there. And I'm talking about child stuff is still on Twitter. You still have bestiality stuff on Twitter, and you have OnlyFans stuff on Twitter.
That's right.
Okay, but you put out information about actual, provable, factual things. Take that down.
All right, everyone's asking, is Section 230? Yeah, Section 230. Just search that; it'll pull it up. That's Good Samaritan.
Okay, so that's where we're at right now with this. That is exactly where we're at right now with this. Now, whether or not the truth will be that we will have prosecutions coming up, I don't know. I can hope, but I don't know. I don't know.
Like you and I, we were talking yesterday after the show, man. If this election happens and it goes the way we want it to go, yes, we will see. We will see it. But if they keep pulling what they're pulling now with all the, the red flags and the freaking shiny objects, yeah, we probably won't see it.
Yeah.
So
now, yesterday I told you guys that you'll see a couple more incidences, right, with the trail derailment. Remember I said that yesterday? Another one happened in Michigan. And I told you they'll start moving around the United States. I told you this would happen. Okay, just keep watching. You're going to see some more pop off. And all of them seemingly to have hazardous material in them. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Washington State might be next. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Washington State will be the next place they find something.
Well, they already hit Texas, right? Yeah, they hit Texas.
They hit Ohio.
Michigan, Ohio.
Now Michigan.
California. North Carolina. South Carolina. All right, yeah, I named Michigan. So that's 6 already that we know of. They ain't even hit New York yet. Wait till they hit that.
I'm just waiting. I'm telling you, it's all in an effort to keep you inside. It's all in an effort to keep you inside. I'm telling you now, that's what's going to happen. But we found. Oh, and by the way, we found the Epstein Black Book. Now, mind you, this is just the Black Book. This isn't the flight log, but it does give you a good insight as to who he knew enough to keep on speed dial. Okay. Hang on a second. We are going to cover that next week for sure, since we have it, and we'll go into each of them one by one, the names and who they are. And now, mind you, there is a Trump family name on there.
Which one? I didn't see it.
Yeah, Ivanka
Ah,
and
she's on there.
Ivana. Her mom and her are in that black book. Daddy isn't in there, nor are the sons.
Nor they retracted a lot of people, didn't they?
Mhm. And
Yeah,
they took
you and
out, I think I may have, if that's what was floating around as newly released, I may have the original black book still on my computer. I'll double check.
Yeah, just know that when we do talk about this next week, where hopefully he can find the original, but a lot of this book that we're going to put out is the retracted book. So there's going to be a lot of names that are on there that are proven to be on there, that have been shown to be on there. So
yep, they took Clintons out all the way. There's no more mention of the Clintons, no more mentions of the Obamas, and
the
Bushes are gone too. So it's like it's crazy, but I think I may have the original. And as soon as I get that up and running, we'll at least cover the new one and see what happens, and then we'll go through the names.
All right, traveling jet setter. It's Epstein's flight log. So that's been
his black book, the flight log.
Book
I'm looking for the
names,
flight
not
log.
the flight log, but the black book of all the names that are actually going to the flights, going to the island.
Yeah, his quick speed dial names that he has to keep on file. Under the later half of the book has all his business dealings, people who he dealt with for business, whose money. And I also heard now recently that there's more information coming out about Wells Fargo and their hand that they did for paying and keeping him funded in the middle of all that he was doing. So I have no doubt that you'll find some of the big dogs' names in there too.
J.P. Morgan or Wells Fargo?
Sorry, J.P. Morgan. Same thing.
J.P. Morgan.
All the same. It's all the dang same. All owned by the same people. All owned by the Rothschilds. So it don't really matter.
That's true. Just different names.
Different names. Different fingers on the same hand.
Yep. Yeah. Everything is a rich man's trick. I'm going to keep telling you guys about that. Marlon ain't watched it yet. So he started to, but y'all need to watch it. Trust me. Trust me. You'll learn a lot about how this banking system, how JP Morgan's work, and how they all started and where they come from and what they did. Look it up. Watch it. It's worth it. You're sitting there on a rainy days. You got 3 hours to waste. You ain't got nothing to do. Just sit there and watch it.
I have it in my history. I just need to go and watch it this weekend. Is my weekend to do it.
Yeah, watch it, man. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. It's long. Like, I'm a big history guy. I love why I can sit down for days and watch stuff like that. But they are removing names. Oh, they can't hide the truth, though. The names are out there. Yeah. You can redact anything you want. Someone has the real names. Someone has the real list, so you can hide it. Yeah, try. Someone's out there.
Somebody gonna flip it out here in a minute. But I think I might have the original. So I'll take a gander and see, because it's probably buried somewhere on another drive somewhere I have. So I'll have to take a gander around and find it. But it probably won't be today. It'll probably be this weekend. I have a lot on my plate today. So in any case, we wanted to make sure we get this out there, because Twitter is definitely complicit in both the pushing of the narrative of the laptop and in getting hundreds of people to say that they want to take that murderous poke. They made it that way. So hopefully what's happening on the Hill will come to fruition, that there'll be arrests, and hopefully multiple of them, and hopefully a beginning of a different type of platforming. Never know, but we can hope.
Well, you know, the way you work with arrests is always start with the bottom feeders, man. Social media. You start with them. You start proving, you start making examples out of those people. If they go after Twitter and start making arrests and start working their way up, people are going to start squealing, man. They always do. They'll be like, hey, I'll tell you everything. I'm not going to jail. So you start with the bottom feeders. The bottom feeders are going to squeal. Mark my words. Never fails, man.
Indeed.
It's that old, what's that old mafia? What's that old story, man? It's not a story, it's facts. But they started going after like the low end guys, and the low end guys started telling on the big end guys, and they started taking on these mob bosses and stuff. So, I mean, the same thing's going to happen. You know, you're going to offer somebody a plea deal at the social media company who's up there in Twitter. Offer him a plea deal. Tell me everything.
Kind of like Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, tell me everything. We're not going to send you to jail. You just got to tell us everything. If you don't tell us everything, well, we got to take it this way. You think he's not going to squeal? He's going to tell everything. He's going to ask for protective custody. He's going to ask to be protected, and he's going to tell on everybody. Watch.
My email is, I have 2 of them, 3, well, I have 100 of them, but the one that you want to get, if you want to talk to me about Straight Talk, it's Straight Talk MB, my initials, at at outlook.com. Straight Talk MB at outlook.com. For anything else, you can hit up this directly. Is it Savage Patriots at Gmail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, savagepatriots@gmail.com.
And we both check it the best we can. So we'll get around to you. I'm going to try to get better at answering emails if you guys are emailing. So we'll get around to it.
Yeah.
We still want some topics outside of next week. We're still looking for some topics, some good ones that you guys would like us to talk about.
All right, people. We'll catch you guys on hopefully Monday. But you'll know before the end of the weekend which day we'll be on for sure. Wednesday, but we'll try to be on Monday and Tuesday. Please have a good weekend. Keep your ears to the news. At least listen to what kind of nonsense they're trying to push to you, because they're going to try and make it work. I expect a couple more things to break out, more idiotic things to take place. So keep your ears open. And then we will catch you on Monday on the Savage Patriots. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. And turn that notification bell on for more updates. We'll see you guys on the following week. Peace.